Mad Max's dog in Road Warrior was a shelter dog.
Oh yeah,
and he was amazing. They tend to be like, I would say that for a lot of shelter dogs are kind of like that.
A lot of times they're really smart because if they've lived on the street, they know how to like take care of themselves, so that it makes them, it like increases their intelligence, I think.
Yeah.
Like Honey, like my dog Honey, she was fucking smart as hell and squirrely as shit, man. We found her climbing up fucking chicken wire to get out of the neighborhood. We could not keep that dog in the goddamn yard for our life. She would always find a way out. She was the smartest fucking dog I've ever seen. And which was kind of sad because the moment we were able to truly like shut off every single one of her ways out of the yard, she just like fucking nosedived in health, dude. She just had this steep decline. The moment she couldn't get out of the yard, she just started she just went downhill quick.
Oh, she pulled a Andy Dufresne. She Shawshanked it. You took away her hope, Mike.
I did.
Jesus Christ.
I always feel kind of bad about that.
You
but
should.
Like, you're always worried about it. She was always getting out. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want her ass to get hit by a car.
Well, let's hope that's not what happened. I don't want you to have that guilt, but you kind of Shawshanked her a little bit.
No, well, I mean, what do you mean? She didn't escape.
I know, but that's like the hope that my friend Andy Dufresne, he could walk in the yard and see a rainbow. She was just looking at that fence like one day. Then you took it away from her, Mike. You're a cruel, cruel bastard.
She was a crazy fucking great dog, dude. Great fucking dog.
What about your new one? Is that one trying to escape?
Nah, she's too stupid.
In a world of bad movies, two follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening. But are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for Bald Guys and Bad Movies.
Welcome back to Bald Guys and Bad Movies. I am your illustrious co-host, Michael Stella, and with me is my good friend,
Troy. I'm here.
Hey, Troy. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great.
You're on the back end of a wonderful celebration. We had a wonderful party at your house, 10th anniversary.
Yeah, man. You were dressed to the fucking T's, looking damn spiffy.
And how are you dressed, Mike? How are you dressed?
I had a sports coat on, my badass red shoes.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah,
I
did.
That's how he ended the evening. When I showed up, he was wearing dirty fucking sneakers and a goddamn t-shirt.
You're right.
Not one of those nice pocket tees from Hanes.
No, but from Hanes, yeah, because those are the nice t-shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's giving. Wait. Let me just savor this. Mike gave me such shit for years now, and I asked him, how should I dress for this soiree, and he said it's semi-casual. I'm wearing a sports jacket, and I get there. Not only is he not wearing a fucking sports jacket, he's wearing dirty fucking sneakers. And then I look around and everyone's chilling in fucking shorts and flip flops and.
I had jeans on.
Here I am,
and
I
never wore pants.
My hard pants.
I wore pants,
and
yeah.
my nice hard heel shoes.
But you learned something very important about males' attire nowadays, right?
Yes,
the technology.
There's advancements. So my beloved soft pants, my beloved sweatpants, now have arrived.
Have combined with your
quote unquote
jeans.
Jeans are now stretchy and very lightweight. It's almost as if I'm wearing nothing at all.
I know. It's pretty nice.
It's pretty dope.
Thank God.
I must say.
Thank God you weren't wearing nothing at all, though.
Yeah. I wanted to come in a tuxedo.
Dude, I would have fucking loved it.
That was my initial inclination. But
that would have been the best thing ever, dude.
It would have been. I should have done it.
You so should have.
Shouldn't have listened to Robin.
You so should have.
Yeah, she wanted me to look nice in her
You did
eyes.
look nice. You looked great. You looked great, Troy. I was like, holy shit. No wonder this guy's the boss.
Well, I wanted to look nice for you, man. It's a special occasion.
You look great.
10 years of marriage, wed bliss. And Ray was there, and your mom, Susan. I just call her Mama Stella. Robin's like, her name is Susan.
Everyone calls her Susie, actually.
Oh, really?
It's funny because I don't really think of her as Susie. I think of her as Mom, right? But if I think of her as a real name, I think of Susan. And, but, you know, it is.
What about Ray? Do you just call him Ray or Dad?
Dad.
Okay.
Dad. Who calls their parents by their first name? That's fucking weird.
I don't know. You gotta.
That's weird. When we were working, it was funny. When we were working on like this shitty little like $1 million budget horror film back in the day. I was working as on the electric crew, and so I'd have to talk to my dad every so often. And one day I asked, I needed to ask him something. I was like, "Hey, Pops," because I didn't want to call him Dad, so I called him Pops. I was like, "Hey, Pops, what do you need me to what do you want to do with this light or something?" He was like, "Oh, blah, blah, blah." And the wardrobe girl looked at me. She was like, "Did you just call Ray Pops?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, he's my dad." And she's like, "Oh," she looked at him, looked at me. She's like, "Oh my God, how did I not see that before?"
An actual real life double take is what happened.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, man.
Those are awesome when they happen. Except, unless you're pulling down your pants in front of a new woman, man. What? Really? That's all you got? Okay. So I hear. Well, thanks for inviting me, and I wish you guys 10 more years of wedded bliss.
Thank you, sir.
Thank wonderful.
You. I appreciate that.
Your Drea is such a wonderful lady, wife, mother. And
I agree.
Yeah, you guys seem like a happy couple, but they always seem that way, don't they? Cue the Lifetime movie.
Little do they know,
The Burning Bed.
Tonight on Dateline. Yeah, she watches a lot of murder shows, and they're all about killing the spouse. It's always the spouse who did it. Always.
It typically is. It's usually someone you know.
I mean, yeah,
that kills you. Rarely is that random psycho. But
exactly. I mean, never is it. It's never the random psycho. You know what I mean?
Speaking of psychos, well, that's not a segue. I was trying to segue into our movie. What movie are we reviewing this week, Mike?
We are reviewing Prey.
Prey. It's kind of psychotic. A psychotic alien. He's not really psychotic though.
No. He's just doing his job, man.
He's just a huntsman.
He's just there, taking care of business. Mm-hmm. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And he does a damn fine
badass.
job.
And that not really, considering she.
Wait. Well, don't spoil it. Okay.
She did a pretty good job herself.
For my sister and other people who found value, I will give a one. Synopsis.
Right.
Okay. The story revolves around Naru, a skilled Comanche warrior, protecting her tribe from a humanoid alien, the Predator, that hunts humans for sport, fighting against the wilderness and fur traders to keep her people safe. So Prey is actually, it really should have been Predator 3,
yeah.
If you want to do sequentially, and Predator 2. At the end of that, by now you probably know this, unless you caught it when you watched it. At the end, there's a gun, a specific flintlock pistol.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
That is given to Danny Glover at the end of Predator 2 that is very prominent in this film.
Right.
But would you recommend Prey? Who would you?
Hell yeah.
If you love Predator, you got to see Prey.
Dude, it's fucking dope, dude. It's dope. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was really good.
This should have been.
She was a badass.
This should have been a theatrical release, dude. They missed some cash.
People are all over Facebook talking about that, but they're also talking about they need to do another Predator movie with what the hell's his name? I don't know. He's this badass Japanese actor who's always slicing fools up. And basically,
Like
he's
samurai
like
era kind of.
yeah, they need to do like drop it into the samurai era, and like he's like a disgraced samurai who has to like kill the predator after he like couldn't save his family from it or some shit. Like I was like, dude, that'd be dope.
Yeah, you know, Crib a complete Shogun assassin thing where it kills his retainer, you know, the emperor or whatever, the lord of the house, and he must, you know, avenge his name and get. Look, what's the guy? Dan Trachtenberg. He's getting a lot of credit, as he should. He directed it, but this is a no-brainer, dude. I've been saying this for years. Too bad I'm not in fucking Hollywood.
What?
That most Predator fans have been saying, give us a period piece Predator. Because once you saw Predator 2, that's the perfect setup. I don't know why it took 30 fucking years, however long. And, you know, kudos to him to pitch the idea. But it was already kind of, it was already embedded in the franchise. It mystifies me why, you know, I mean, I don't know. They had an AVP, Aliens vs. Predator, which sucked, in my opinion. But I don't know. This just shows this franchise, there's a lot more mileage to be had, especially with the time periods. Time periods are,
hell yeah.
You know.
It was really good.
So you would recommend it to?
Yes, I would recommend it. I would absolutely recommend it.
Here's a question. Would you recommend it for anyone who has not seen a Predator film? Those people are out there, probably.
Are there?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
probably. I'm sure not everyone's seen Predator.
Yeah, totally. Young people, sure.
Well, does the movie stand? Is it put together well enough to stand on its own without pre-existing knowledge of the Predator?
I like movies about Native Americans. Like one of my favorite movies that I don't know why I like it so much. Maybe it's just because I watched it with my mom when I was a kid, but I loved Thunderheart, the movie Thunderheart, which is a modern day like Native American movie. But you know, who doesn't love Last of the Mohicans? You know what I mean? But you've never seen Thunderheart with Val Kilmer and
is that a period piece or is that
No, it's not a period
it's like a
piece,
reservation and he's a detective.
It's on it's kind of like a mystery. Like you think it might have some mystical overtone, like undertones, but it's all just.
I saw it years ago, but I know
I've always really liked that movie.
And Dances with Wolves was pretty cool back in the day. I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
since
totally.
then.
Dances with Wolves was really good too.
And then what was the one with Wes Studi? Geronimo. But yeah, like they haven't been well serviced. There has been enough stories about them, even though it's not Native American. It just reminds me of it. The Mel Gibson film, Apocalypto.
Yeah,
that was fucking.
That's Native American.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Aztecs, whatever, but
they're Native Americans.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they definitely fall into the. I mean, considering that there was no, there was no America at that point. You know what I mean? There was no the USA and
right,
or Mexico or anything like that. And actually, from what I understand, most people who live outside of the United States think it's stupid that if the only people who are called Americans are people who live in the United States, because America, there's literally 2 continents on this planet are called America.
Right,
you know what I mean? And the fact that we are, have enough hubris to demand that we are the only ones who are allowed to be called Americans when it's, the entire, 20% of the
some of us are filled to the
continents
brim with hubris and other matter. I wish, I kind of wish that it was subtitled and they use the actual language, like Comanche.
I do too, because I was annoyed that they kept switching to English, and then sometimes they would say shit in Comanche, and I'm just like, meh, I don't want to, you know what I mean? It was stupid to me, in my opinion.
I think it would have actually added a lot more to it, a lot more. But I get it, the the dumb fucks that love Predator, they don't want to fucking read.
They don't know how to read. At least not fast enough to watch a movie with subtitles.
But I tell you, I bet if they did go full Comanche, people still would have liked it. I think people still would have watched it.
Yeah, totally. I think it would have given it an even more like realistic feel. I think it would have done better. You know what? One thing I read about this movie that was pretty cool. Like, there's two sort of like really heartwarming stories about it. The kid who played her brother, the badass Hunter, I don't think he had ever acted before.
He hadn't. I think I read that too, but go ahead. Yeah.
And he literally like 5 months or like 6 months before he got cast in this movie, he was working at like TJ Maxx.
Yeah, right.
And the dog was actually a shelter dog that got adopted by a trainer and got trained up to be in this movie. So
oh, sweet. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool too, I think. My buddy Alex, you met Alex. He wasn't at this last party, but he was at the one before that. He wanted to go to the pound to like look for a dog, and I went with his ass to look for a dog. He didn't find a dog, but I found Honey, and I was just like, oh shit, that's my dog right there. And Andrea gets home from work that day. I'm like, Honey, I found our dog. And she's like, what? What the fuck do you mean you found our dog? What the hell are you doing going to the pound? You always said we couldn't get a goddamn dog, and now you're saying you found our dog. I'm like, Andrea, you gotta come to the pound. You're gonna see her, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna fall in love with her. She's like, I'm not gonna fucking fall in love with her. She's all pissed off and shit. I take her to the pound. They bring Honey out to the yard. Honey's like all, meek as dogs are when they're in the pound. And she's like, oh, she is our dog. We got her, and like a month later, I go to like visit Kara up in Portland for like a week. And I come back, and that dog, like, won't let me get anywhere near Andrea. She's like,
oh,
the
really?
moment I came in the house, I was like, bitch, you best calm down. I'll take your ass back to the pound right now. I found you. You best fucking calm down. Yeah, but sure enough, I woke up to her licking my face, so it was all good. My brother-in-law has a girlfriend who has a dog named Lucky, and when Daisy was, like, really young, Lucky tried to hump her, and we got him the hell off there real quick, but he didn't do it for very long. But ever since then, she's just been obsessed with humping my arm. And really, it's just me. Like, on the if I sit on the couch, she just comes over and goes for it. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Fuck, I like
so he showed her the ropes, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and then now she won't stop.
A whole new world.
Yeah, it's so fucking annoying. I'm like, what are you doing? You're a girl. It's like,
hey, it's 2022. Maybe she's a trans dog. Maybe she's a boy trapped in a girl dog's body. Do they do that?
Maybe.
Do they do trans dogs? They have put on a fake wee wee for a little dog wee wee, a little Vienna sausage.
My opinion on the whole thing is it has to do with social constructs, and since they don't have any social constructs of male and female, there's no reason for them to care about what they are. They're just them.
That's how you explain away her grinding on your forearm to the point that it needs a brace.
That's just my view on the subject, and
okay.
It has nothing. Yeah, but
do you say that out loud while she's humping the hair off your wrist?
I didn't bring up the fact that she was a trans. I don't even think about it.
I'm just talking about her humping your arm. I don't
know why the fuck she does it. I think she does it just because, and that's the whole thing. It's not even like humping to procreate, right?
And that's the end of the review, folks. Go see Prey.
So anyways, back to Prey.
I'm trying to think of a segue.
We're done talking about my dog humping my fucking arm all the time. I'm terrified what the next fucking special report thingy that you do is. It's all going to be about my dog humping me.
It's going to be whatever you say when we record it. It's just whatever comes out.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, you mother.
So what do you think of Amber Midthunder? Let's talk about her.
I love her. Oh, she's great, man. I always liked her in Legion. I thought she was great in Legion. She was fucking crazy, dude. In Legion, she always had this look in her eyes like she was fucking batshit crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in this, she did a good job of being just like smart and like down to earth,
vulnerable, but also fierce.
And vulnerable, but also fierce, super fierce, and just like really dead set on being a badass. And she was, and she was a healer. Like her character was amazing in it, but she did a great job portraying the character. I don't think they could have cast a better. And I love the fact that they cast all like real Native Americans and didn't whitewash that shit. You know what I mean?
Didn't James Franco it up?
Yeah. James.
Was he playing Castro or something? He kind of looks like Castro, though, honestly.
Oh, my God.
If you get the side-by-side pictures. She's been in a lot of shit, though. Like,
oh, she has?
Yeah. Like, I've
only seen her in Legion.
Me, too. I thought that was the first time I've seen her, but she's got credits going back to 2001. And I think if I read this correctly, well, her dad's an actor and her mom's a casting director. So I think it's just in her DNA. But
she's got a leg up, man.
But yeah, she was great. I thought she was amazing in it. And it's not like it's a plot that's super like surprising or anything, but it doesn't need to be. And I think that's why it works. Like it doesn't try to overcomplicate it with a bunch of shit. Yeah. Right.
Well, that was the problem with Predator 2. Like it was just, you didn't know what the hell was going on. And it was, you know what I mean? Like you have the people, like the agency people trying to like get the Predator and stuff. I don't know. I felt like Predator 2, while it was fun, especially, I liked it at the time, right? Because I'm a kid and it was just violent and crazy. And I liked the fact that it was in a city. I felt like, the story was just kind of, I felt like it was too, like it tried too hard, you know what I mean? But I was still enjoying it.
Good old Dan said the same thing. We were talking Predator talk off the side, and I know I love Predator 2, but I haven't seen it in such a long time. I don't know if it holds up.
I watched it a little while ago, and I couldn't really get through the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. But really, it's hard to get through Predator 1 as well, I think. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, they just have that old school timing that just kind of...
It's a typical 80s action movie until the Predator shows up. Which is like the first act is like a typical Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liner, Macho Man fest. Then the Predator shows up and it becomes something different and special and awesome. You could kind of, if you want to watch it, you probably should start there. When the Predator actually starts killing them, picking them off. Yeah, this holds its own. I at the time, I did love Predator 2. I need to rewatch it to see if I still love it, but this is definitely a worthy sequel of that. At least, Predator 2 sets up the fact, it was the end scene of Predator 2, and I think it was just done as a gag, really, to have trophies of the alien, and then this particular gun, let's talk about the gun, the flintlock, what's the guy's name? It's a fur trapper. She goes up against, while she's battling the Predator, there's a third force that shows up, and it's these asshole fur trappers, these French trappers.
Which I will say, I felt like they just seemed like they were like, they didn't feel like they really knew what the fuck they were saying. It felt like white, like Americans told to speak and say these lines. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It just, I don't know. It sounded bad to me. That was one issue I had with it, was that sounded kind of bad. But I enjoyed the movie. Like, I just thought the fur trappers were a little like crappy. Like I felt like they were just kind of like, not that they were just thrown in, like it made sense to have them, but they didn't really work as hard as casting them properly as they did with casting the Native Americans.
So they didn't feel as authentic to you.
No, they didn't feel authentic at all. They felt kind of BS-y.
Did you see the article? Did you have to read the article I sent out
Was that the article about about him taking inspiration from like a classic video game, like a
God of War?
Was it God of War?
Yeah, with the shield, the Predator has this badass shield, which Kratos uses quite a bit in God of War, and also Kratos has an axe that he throws and it comes back magically. But hers, it's like she ties like some rawhide or and uses it to like yank it back. So once I read the article, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a total inspiration for it. I'm trying to find the name of the guy, the trapper guy she got the gun from. Oh, Raphael Adolini. So that was the name on the gun in Predator 2. It was given to Danny Glover as a trophy by the other Predators once he defeated the main that movie's main Predator. And I love that fact because I love the Predator because they're not monsters. They're just hunters, and they hunt. Now they may feel like they're the apex predator, and they'll arrive on a planet and just
like game recognizes game. When they meet someone who's a badass, they're like, "You're a badass. Like you got our respect."
You primitive little, slug. You actually took one of us down. You deserve a trophy for that.
Exactly.
And like Maria Conchita Alonso, when the Predator had her in Predator 2, he didn't kill her because she was pregnant.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, like that was the reason why. So there's honor there. And in this movie, he had a chance to kill the hero.
Well, he had a chance to kill her, but she was caught in that trap, and the trappers were showing up.
And she said, he had a chance to kill her, and she said later in the film, he didn't see me as a threat, but now he will see me as a threat. So,
exactly.
Which is funny. In that scene, I didn't take it as that. I took it as he was going to kill her, and then the trapper showed up. He was like, "Oh, this is way better. Whatever."
I kind of took it as that too. To tell you the truth,
like you're insignificant. Whatever. There's no thrill in this hunt. You're already like got your leg caught in some shit. Who gives a fuck? But up until that, I was chasing your ass, trying to kill you.
Exactly.
Oh, and I love the fact. Let's just talk about the Predator. The Predator in this movie is the best Predator I've seen in any movie.
Why do you say that?
I say that, well, first of all, he was like fucking the John Wick of Predators. When he was taking out those fur trappers, he had panache, man. He flipped the axe up in the air and caught it. And like, I don't know, I haven't seen any movie where Predator was that like badass. Taken out.
But he had a weird face, right? Like when he finally took off the mask, like the top of his head was really weird looking. It didn't look like a normal Predator. Like his eyes were bigger and shit, right? He didn't look right.
He looked a little different, and I don't know if it's because, they have evolved, because this is several hundred years in the past. Because he also had a bone mask. Their technology wasn't...
But it wasn't a bone mask. It was a bone mask, but on the inside, it still had metal. Like, they show the inside of it, and it's still metal. So, I mean, I felt like he did that. I didn't feel like that was showing that the technology was less. I felt that was actually more showing that that was just their, like, it was hundreds of years before, and they had different culture. You know what I mean? Their styles were different back there. That's actually how I took it.
Well, what makes me think that is his 3-beam thing. It didn't shoot lasers. It shot guns. Shot like little arrows. So
smart arrows that came into play later on, which I thought was pretty, smart how she killed him.
She was pretty clever.
Pretty cool.
Some great kills in this movie. The bear,
the shield you talked about was fucking dope. The way he would like punch someone and then the shield would like open up and like chop their fucking head off. Like, oh fuck.
Also the net. I don't know if you remember Predator 2. There was a net. And you didn't see, they cut away. You saw it slicing through someone, but it cut away. This one, you see what happens when it doesn't stop.
Right. Yeah, because they didn't have the budget to like show somebody getting sliced up like that in Predator 2, But this, they could just do it in CG, and it's just fucking like,
it pulverized the guy and the log he was attached to.
Absolutely. And it like completely sucked itself into the unit it was attached to. It was dope. That's always been one of my favorite weapons of the Predator is that net.
That's a cool thing about Predator. They always, when done right, like Predator 2 was really good in terms of showing new tech. And this one had a few new techie things, like the floating discs, which I think it just detonated, right? I think it just blew up because it cut to a wide, and I couldn't, because I thought it was just going to slice motherfuckers up, like fly around. I liked how this motherfucker just wanted to hunt. Mm-hmm. He was fucking coyotes, wolves, rabbits, anything that moved that he thought could be, huntable.
I did like how they show they follow the ant going up his invisible leg.
I was about to say yes.
And then you see the mouse run up and like grab the ant and like starts chewing on the ant, and then you see the snake eat the mouse, and then you see him grab the fucking snake and like rip its fucking spine out of its body.
It's like a pyramid of predator upon predator, then the apex. That was probably one of my favorite scenes. When that scene happened, I'm like, we're in good hands. That was well thought out, really nicely done.
It was good.
Yeah, and
it was really good.
And then at the end,
I did think the chief was like the chief. Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with like really the movie too much, but the chief guy who like plays the chief of the Indians, I don't know, he just seemed like weird. Like he was just like he didn't seem like old enough to really portray that sort of like badass Native American chief. He just seemed like a greeter at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like he had like the waddle chin, like the waddle neck and everything, and he just looked like, I could see that dude in a blue vest. Like,
was he a little too flabby?
Like, welcome to Walmart. Yeah, it was like, no way, this motherfucker.
A little too well fed to be a chief.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. It just seemed a little off to me. I was like, that fool does not know. That guy don't track.
Well, speaking of, and because you say that, I'm thinking of the scene I remember him in, because it's been a couple weeks since I've seen this. It was weird that they didn't have much of a reaction when she threw that fucking alien head.
They were just like,
I thought I was waiting for an audible, like everyone's like, oh my God.
It was basically just like, that'll do, pig.
Yeah.
That'll do.
And now you're the war chief.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I get it. Man. I get it that's the happy ending, quote unquote, for her. It still felt a little abrupt. Like, I don't know if that simple act of throwing an alien head down would break with their tradition of it only being a sausage fest for the warrior chiefs, right? Like, but I get it. I get it. Anyway, like, but I was expecting more reaction.
Well, the one thing with that is all those motherfuckers are dead now. Like, he killed all the guy hunters. They don't have any more. You know what I mean? Like, literally every single one was killed by the fucking by the Predator. So she was the only one who could actually make it. He's got
Walmart greeter body. He can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. What's he gonna do?
So, did you catch the credits teaser where they're showing the art over the credits, like the Native American art?
Oh, I saw it, but I didn't notice anything in it. I wasn't like paying attention.
There's multiple Predator ships entering the atmosphere, coming towards the village. So, online, everyone was like, "Oh shit, they're coming to like." Because everyone's like, how did he get the gun? Like, if they got the gun and had it for Predator 2, they must have, maybe they came back and went to war with. And I'm thinking, unless.
Why would they go to war with
they
them?
Wouldn't.
Like, that doesn't track.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
that didn't track with their code of.
It would be more likely that fucking Whitey shows up, and you know what I mean? And they help fight off the fucking white man for a while, you know? And then she joins a predator pack or something.
Because they will probably come to retrieve the body of their fallen
Every
soldier.
time every time a human either kills a predator or, except for the first one, right? Because they didn't get into that. But in number 2 and in Alien vs. Predator, when she killed all the fucking xenomorphs, like, they always welcome them into the fold. You know what I mean? They always respect the hunter. And so I think it's more likely that she joins forces with them more than anything, in my opinion. So
because that would be cool if they did. Because if they would have returned, they would want they would probably want the head of their fallen comrade.
Right.
But I don't know. They wouldn't come back to slaughter them.
Yeah, they ain't starting shit. They're not coming back to start some shit.
That's not the Predator
what they
code.
do.
They beat them fair, square, honorably in the hunt. So, however they get the gun back to the Predators, I don't know. They'll figure it out because I think there's going to be a sequel. They're already talking about.
I would not doubt it, considering how well it did.
But you know what I read? This is awful. That they're trying to also have a TV series, PG-13, aimed like geared towards tweens, a Predator show, TV show. This is what I read. Like already, they can't not get out of the way of success. Like right away, you got to hit, and you're gonna fuck it up by doing some dumb shit like that. At least let's get a couple more movies. You know, good movies. And then, because how long can you do this premise? I mean, look, give me the Predator. I probably could think of some clever shit. I would like to think. You and we could probably think of some clever shit. I was talking
more than me.
I was talking to Dan though. You know what? I was talking to Dan, and we were theorizing what they could do. How about this fucking shit? What if the Predator, like, is hunting this guy in the Antarctic, and, you know, takes his body or whatever, and it's the fucking Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. That fucking creature. And then that creature set loose on the Predator homeworld. Because I want to see their homeworld, dude. Like, I think
we've only seen, like, a quick glimpse of it in the AVPR.
Yeah, like, and I don't care that they don't speak English. I mean, it could be guttural grunts or whatever. You just subtitle that shit. So, Mike, what do you rate Prey?
I would give Prey. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Oh.
It was good. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it deserves a 4.
Okay.
Solid. It's a solid 4. You know what I mean? I think it was exactly what I expected it to be. I enjoyed it. It kind of exceeded my expectations. I expected it to be kind of bad, and it was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. And you know what? I'll give it a 4 too. 4 rubber bandy tomahawks out of 5.
There you go.
Because I tell you, when I finished watching it, I was thinking they should have released that in the theater.
Everyone's saying that.
They lost some cash, man.
They lost some serious fucking cash not releasing that shit in the theater. Serious cash.
Hopefully it's not lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? Like, now that it's so popular, maybe the next one they might want to release it in the theater, but hopefully it's not subpar.
And then it tanks,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well, we gotta have a PG-13 now. Girl dogs don't hump your leg, right?
I wish.
So girl dogs do hump your leg?
That fucking dog, Daisy, doesn't hump my leg. She humps my right arm. That's why I got this brace on it, man. It's all from the humping.
Oh, Jesus Christ, folks. Oh, my God. Hot off the presses here on Paul Guys Bad Movies. I thought it was carpal tunnel.